Hello guys, this is Roy69501 and welcome to my channel. Well, the comic that I'm gonna display was, well, we all know it's from the 90s. And it is Web of Spider-Man, issue number 107. And on the cover we got, obviously, Spider-Man. We also have Sandman and Quicksand. Awesome cover. Check this out. Nice, huh? I'll go put it here. Okay. Well, gonna give you, excuse me, my thoughts and review for last week comic book, which actually happens to be 2 weeks worth of comics. Although I haven't read all of them because I'm way behind on my Walking Dead reading and also in Saga. And also, I'm quite behind in some of the books that I'm buying, because because I did not have time last week, before last week, the Thanksgiving weekend. So that just kind of got me behind on my regular reading. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts on the books that I already read. So I'm gonna start with Detective Comics issue number 26. Check out that cover. Awesome, man. Well, basically, this is the end of the story arc of With Man-Bat. If some of you just started reading Detective Comics, so everything starts with a Man-Bat story. Let me put this thing here. It started on issue 19. This is the first full appearance of the Man-Bat, which was a good story. And then after that one, on issue number 20, as we see here, we get the backstory, like 5 or 6 issues, 5 or 6 pages of the Man-Bat story. 21, let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, as we can see here. You see, it continues from the beginning of the serum. That runs through all the way to issue number 26, 22, 23, and also the famous 3D cover, 24, 25, we get the backstory also here, and the end of it, which happens to be the end of the story arc, on issue number 26. The thing is that, which I forgot the name of the doctor, he created a serum, tried to find a cure for the people that they cannot hear, for the deaf people. The thing is that he did not realize that had side effects that would turn people into giant human mutated bats, half man, half bat. So the thing is that his serum was stolen by no other than Talia. On issue number 4, she gets to use it because he was trying to create a super soldier army, which happens to be an army of Man-Bat. So if you just started to read Detective Comics, I advise you that you will start reading from issue 19. So that way you will understand this comic. Overall, I have to say that it's really good story. I really like the Man-Bat story. Except for the end of it. The end of it doesn't make any sense. I mean, the story with the Man-Bat is over, but the Bat Queen is not over, it's just the beginning. And the Bat Queen happens to be Man-Bat's wife, which happens to be a scientist as him. And then after this story are finished, and then we get to see that Alfred is talking to Bruce Wayne, and some woman shows up, half-away dressed as a mixture between Batwoman, Robin, with a trench coat. which is the beginning, I think, on issue number 27 is going to be the beginning of Godovia, which I believe is going to be a really thick comic book. It's going to be a crossover between detective, I think, believe so, Catwoman, and some other comic book. I'm not sure which one is. But anyway, the story of the Man-Bat, it was really good. It's just the end of this comic book just end just like that. So, man, I don't know. So, that's the only thing that caught me off guard. Overall, it was good. But like I said, this is a Man-Bat story. So, if you haven't read the backstory of the previous detective, you're not gonna to understand it, because it's really good. It's really good. It gives you the different aspect of what happened in Gotham City during the contagion of the Man-Bat's serum or contagion, where a lot of people that were getting sick by airborne sickness of the bat, if that's I can call it. Overall, it was good. I would give it 4 out of 5. Just the end of it was just kind of like, doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Next one is Swamp Thing issue number 26. Check this out. What can I say? Well, I have to say that this is really good. On here, we get to see the origin of the Cedar. You see, the Cedar, after issue number 25, where he was fighting Swamp Thing, so he beat Swamp Thing, so he becomes the new Avatar, which actually doesn't look nothing like Swamp Thing. Looks more like a talking, walking tree. Actually, it looks like one of the trees of Lord of the Rings movie. Aha! I'm not kidding. I mean, you can tell on the cover. What you see on the cover is what you see on the inside. So he's looking for Animal Man because he wants to prove himself to the Parliament of the tree that he's worth to be the Avatar. So for him to prove, he wants to go to kill Animal Man. And Animal Man shine of that book. At least in my opinion, really shine, was really good. With the new Avatar, I have to say that that character, the Cedar, is awesome. I really like it. So overall, get the book. If you're not reading something, get it. Because it's an awesome book. It's an awesome story. Let's see what else. There's the fight between the Cedar and Animal Man. And the end of it has an awesome cliffhanger. Let's say that has a lot of blood in it. That's about it. So you will also get, like I said before, we get to see the origin of the Cedar, which was a good story also. So overall, it's great. I'd say I will give it 5 out of 5 because it was awesome. Next one is Red Lantern issue number 25. Well, Red Lantern 25 is about joy. I know it doesn't make any sense. Well, it's just, finally the Red Lantern got their sector to protect, which happens to be planet Earth. It was Guy Gardner's idea. So now they are celebrating that they got their own sector to defend against some alien invasion, which I'm curious. I really want to know how a bunch of pissed off Lantern they're gonna protect planet Earth. It has to be very interesting. So other than that, it's just a celebration. We see a bunch of pissed off Lantern that they're acting happy. I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's what the book is about. Just a celebration. That's it. I would give it 4 out of 5. It was good. It was okay. Now on issue number 26 is going to be better. I would say it's the beginning of the new story arc with some bad guy that they show on the end, which I forgot the name. Some guys that has like, I don't know, it was strange. But overall it was good. I really like it. Like I said, it's a celebration issue. I guess they managed to get their, since they got that sector, which happens to be planet Earth, I guess that they got the Christmas spirit. Next one is Phantom Stranger issue number 14. Did I give my grade? It's a 4 out of 5. Yeah. Phantom Stranger issue number 14. Well, this is the part 3 of the new crossover, which is called Forever Evil Blight, which is started on Justice League Dark issue number 24. Started here. This is part 1, and Justice League Dark 25, part 2. So this is the continuation of Justice League Black. So if you're just reading Phantom Stranger and you're not reading Justice League Dark, so for you to understand this, you gotta read this, because they are connected. Because after this comic book, the story continues on Pandora issue number 9, I believe so. So if you're just reading this one, you are not going to understand it, because you have to read Justice League Dark. The thing about the Blight is, it's kind of like when, let's say, when the Parliament, when the crime syndicate shows up after opening the Pandora box, that they show up here and the Forever Evil was born. Well, when they came to this earth, they also brought the Blight. And the Blight is kind of like demons, evil demons that will feed on people's evilness. If that makes any sense. I mean, it's too early in the story to try to fully understand. Although here, you get a little bit more information about Blight. So Constantine, what he did was that he lied by lying and cheating, like he always does. He managed to get Phantom Stranger, Pandora, and the Question together, the Trinity, because Constantine needs those guys to fight Blight, because Blight came with the crime syndicate. So it's the evil section of the Forever Evil. It's more evil than Forever Evil. So Forever Evil is kind of like take over the world. Now, the Forever Evil Blight is kind of to take over people's souls. Kind of, I guess I can say that. But actually, I'm gonna reread these 2 comic books and then that one, kind of to really get into the story. But I read it and I understand it more or less, and I have to say that is good. It's good because I read this one already, but kind of like to refresh my memory. So maybe I will do a video about explaining what the Forever Evil Blight is all about. So overall, I would give it a 4 out of 5. Like the art, like the writing, everything. It was good, but like I said, if you're not reading Forever Justice League Dark or Pandora, you're gonna get lost with that comic book. So next one is Green Lantern issue number 26. Check out this cover. Awesome. Well, Green Lantern 26, like the art, the color, everything, the story was kind of like all over the place. We have like a renegade Starfire that escaped from the previous story. So he managed to find her. And there's a big fight. So Hal Jordan called for backup all day, what is left over of the Green Lantern Corps against her. Because she's very, very powerful. Because she's being a purple lantern they feed with love. And since she gets a lot of love from a tribe that looks like a town from one of those spaghetti western. I was waiting for Clint Eastwood to show up. So overall, It was an okay story. It's like kind of like between what happened on issue 25 and what will happen from now on. It's kind of like a filler issue, more or less, because he didn't manage to apprehend her. She just escaped. Yeah, she gave up the ring. Yeah. Well, we know that that's not gonna last too long. So it was okay story. Nothing to go overboard. At least to go overboard. At least in my opinion. I'm not saying that it's bad. It was good. It's just not that great. Not as good as issue number 25. I would give it 4 out of 5. It was good. I really like it. Next one is Earth 2 issue number 19. Check that out. Awesome cover. Well, what can I say? This is good. We got adventure. We got comedy. I mean, everything's good about this book. There's nothing bad about it. Yeah, only one thing that is bad about this book is because I had to wait a whole month to read issue 19. But overall, it was a great story. If you're not reading Earth 2, get it. You're gonna like it. So the story goes that, well, they're still fighting the Wonders against Superman that is possessed by Darkseid, or at least seems to be possessed by Darkseid. And then we get to see Batman that he's pretty strong. He's a little bit more stronger than a human being. We get to see that Lois Lane is the new Red Tornado. And we get to see that Jimmy Olsen, he's not the photograph for the newspaper Daily Planet, but more like he's a computer geek hacker. And Batman goes to, I forget the name of it, where they have all the bad guys like kind of like frozen stage, kind of like in a test tube, giant test tube, and they're all being frozen. So he went there to free Jimmy Olsen. He went to free kind of like the King of the Sea, Aqua King, kind of like female version of Aquaman, kind of, or the Queen of the Ocean. And he also wants to free, and he also went to look for the Joker. I thought that he was going to free the Joker, and I was wondering why Batman wants to free the Joker to fight against Superman. Didn't make any sense. Well, he didn't went there to free Superman at all. He went there to. It was awesome. I don't know if I should say it or not. I'm not gonna say it. Just in case that some of you haven't read it yet, I don't want to spoil it. But it was awesome. It was awesome. That for me, that's a 5 out of 5. I can't wait for the next issue. This is so good. This is awesome. The art, the colors, everything. Everything's perfect. That is good. It's a good book. And the last one is Batman Superman issue number 6. The Rage of Mongul. To be honest with you, I did not like the story at all. It's about a bunch of kids playing video games, then Mongul shows up, and then we got the superheroes, because when they play the video games, whatever they're doing on the video games is happening on the real world, kind of. So it didn't make any sense. I didn't like it. Another, besides that the story I didn't like it, is also like, it's a Subway comic book. I mean, come on, DC Comics, come on. I know that you want to do different things once in a while. Okay, fine. Don't overdo it. You did a Subway with this one. Leave it at that. Don't keep on doing it. And this story I didn't like it. I read up to like half of the story of the comic book, and I stopped reading it. So we'll see what happened on issue. I'm not sure if I should buy issue number 7 or not. I'm just about this close to grab this comic book as like a rock. I'm about this close. So for me, this story, since I just read half of it and I did not like it, I will give it 2 out of 5. Sorry. I mean, I wish it would be better, but I didn't like it. I mean, if I read a comic book, I just half half of the comic book. I do not like it. I'm not gonna bother to read the rest of it. That's how a reader I am. I don't know. At least it's me. I cannot. Sorry. I still have some more comic books to read. Like I said, I'm gonna read these 2 comic books. Let's see what else. Let's say I got a few more comic books to read, but I did not have time. So once I read them, then maybe I will do a new video. I know I got something missing here. Oh yeah, I'm still have to read this one. Damien, Son of Batman, issue number 2. So once that I read it, I will make a video about it. And that's it, guys. I haven't read my Walking Dead. I'm way behind. You know, I'm behind in lots of my comic books. But with time, I will catch up. Now, then maybe I will make a video about the story of per se. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like this video. See you later. Bye. Well, I forgot to give you my 3 categories of the comic books. I mean, I was just going to turn off the video camera when I remember that I forgot to give you my 3 categories. Best cover, best story, and the best colors. Well, best story goes to Swamp Thing. Oh yeah, love it. Best colorist goes to Earth 2. And the best cover goes to well, even though I had to admit it, even though I did not like it. Best cover goes to Superman, Batman Superman issue number 6. This is the best cover. Best color is here, and the best story is Swamp. Now I'm done. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you liked the video. See you later. Bye.